Why did Jesus question Simon, son of Jonah's love for him 3 times? John 21:15-17.
Repeating a question or command 3 times indicates weakness.
Simon Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Matthew 26:34-75, Mark 14:30-72, Luke 22:34-61, John 13:68.
2. The 3 days of Jesus' death show that Jesus conquered the weakness of the flesh, which would surely rot in 3 days and 3 nights.
3. 3 times Jesus invited his 3 disciples to pray and watch. Matthew 26:36-46, Mark 14:32-42.
Number 4. 3 times Pilate questioned the Jews about Jesus Christ's guilt because of the weakness of his case in Luke 23:22. 5. 3 times God showed unclean animals and ordered Simon Peter to slaughter and eat them. Acts 10:9-16.
6. 3 times Jesus appeared to his disciples after his resurrection. John 21:14.
7. 3 times Paul prayed that the messengers of Satan who were tormenting him would depart from him.
For this thing I besought the Lord 3 times, that it might depart from me. And he said unto me, My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then am I strong.
8. 3 times Paul came to the Corinthian congregation through his letters.
2 Corinthians 13:1-4. This is the 3rd time I am coming to you. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall every word, or rhema, be established. I told you before, and foretell you, as if I were present the 2nd time, and being absent now, I write to them which in time past have sinned, and to all other, that, if I come again, I will not spare. Since all of you seek a proof of Christ speaking in me, which toward you is not weak, but is mighty in you, for though he was crucified through weakness, yet he lives by the power of God. For we also are weak in him, but we shall live with him by the power of God toward you.
What was Simon Peter's weakness that Jesus asked him to shepherd his sheep as a demonstration of his love for God? And 3 times.
Simon Peter, just like the other disciples, they didn't want Jesus to die. They wanted Jesus to live and be king over the Jewish people and restore the kingdom from oppression. But Simon Peter was the only one who took Jesus aside and rebuked him, saying, "Far be it from you, Lord, this shall never happen to you." So Jesus rebuked him, calling him Satan. Matthew 16:22-23.
Then Jesus gave instructions that his disciples must also suffer and die like Jesus, and will receive their lives back, like the symbol of Petros, stone pillar, on top of Petra, rock, Caesarea Philippi, meaning that Jesus will raise up those he called out, ekklesia, from the realm of death above the realm of death.
On the other hand, those who do not follow Jesus in giving up their lives will continue to live and even gain the world until the Son of Man comes in his glory to repay their deeds, and no one can save their lives.
Because Jesus would first die, rise, and ascend to heaven, leaving his disciples behind, he instructed his disciples to feed his sheep, not just Simon Peter.
So the command to shepherd the sheep is a notification that Jesus, the great shepherd, will soon leave, and then his disciples are tasked with shepherding his sheep to the slaughter of wolves.
For the shepherding of God's sheep is not to enjoy the splendor of this world, but to be slaughtered by wolves. Matthew 10:16, Luke 10:3.
3 times Jesus questioned Simon's love for him with evidence of the shepherding of the sheep he was leaving behind, and Simon's heart was saddened.
Furthermore, in reality, Simon Peter and the other 11 disciples failed in their shepherding work. The wheat field had been overgrown with weeds, and the kingdom of God was being attacked by James and the proselyte Nicolaitans from Antioch.
These are what Paul calls a thorn in the flesh, a messenger of the devil, false apostles, and false workers. The apostles Paul and Barnabas were the servants who asked, "So, sir, would you like us to go and pull up the weeds?" Matthew 13:28.